Hey everybody, good morning. It is Sunday. Sunday. It's weird not having football. It is really weird. Um, Hold on, let me bring up the page here for a minute. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Things are going pretty good over here. Watched Top Gun with my oldest last night. Had to skip through the kissy kissy scene, but for the most part, he liked it. I was about that age when I watched it too. He liked it, so we're looking forward to watching. Hopefully, the new one coming out in the summer is going to be good for him. Um, Hold on, I'm going to put a comment on here real quick because I want anybody, you guys know, everybody watching, if you have something, I'm going to talk today. I'm going to talk about like the um, Hey, Robin. Thank you. Good to see you. I'm going to show you guys some of the products that I use on a daily basis. And it's some random stuff in here, but it all helps me accomplish whatever I want to accomplish today. So there's going to be some really random stuff in here, but there's also, it's all valuable to me. So if you have something that you enjoy, that helps you throughout your day that I don't mention, feel free to mention it in the comments. I'm going to just write a real comment here asking the question in case anybody missed it. All right, good. All right, my light is flickering. Hold on one second. All right, we're good. Sorry, that light was flickering and it's starting to bug me. And now it's too bright. All right, we're working on it. Technical difficulties for today. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, here we go. Jeez, rough Sunday morning. Actually, not. We got up at a decent time today. Made the boys. So my one boy is allergic to eggs, so I made him fake eggs and bacon. It's like this new product. I think it's called Just or Just Eggs. I don't know what it is, but it's like made out of mung bean, and they made it so that it feels like or seems like scrambled eggs. Interesting stuff, but it's actually really not that bad. If you're vegan, I think it's good for you. But he's allergic to eggs, so he can't have eggs or he gets sick. So we found this alternative, and he isn't liking it. He had a bacon and fig sandwich today, bacon, fig, and cheese sandwich. So good stuff. Um, Hi Anna, good to see you. Hi Kathy, Coffee with Nick. That's right. I got my creative, loving, faithful mug, my Leo mug. My wife got me this a couple of years ago. Uh, Good morning, Sheila. Love Top Gun. You know what is funny? I haven't seen Top Gun in years, and watching it last night, after watching all the Marvel movies and all the crazy special effects and things that you get in all of these new movies these days, Top Gun is like sedate. It's like it's just so like all the aircraft are just moving so slow and like just like it's crazy how different things were and how amazing at the time in 1985 or whatever, how amazing that movie felt. But now it's just kind of slow in a way. So I'm really looking forward to the new one. When I saw the preview for the new movie coming out this summer, I was pretty excited. And my boy's like, "Dad, what's this all about?" And so now hopefully we're all set up for it now. But he loved it when the credits were rolling. He was like dancing in the couch, like he was loving that movie. So pretty excited about it. Yeah, I know. I saw the trailers. I saw a couple of them, Robin, and it looks really good. It looks good. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm hoping it's rated appropriate. I didn't see what it was rated, but I'm hoping it's appropriate for him. Um, so it's funny as I'm sitting here sipping my coffee, talking about one of the things that changed our lives was the Keurig machine. I know they're not the most economical or healthy for the environment type products, but I mean, being able to not have to make an entire pot of coffee and let it go stale, but instead like popping out 1 or 2 cups of coffee as you need it, that's an amazing thing. And now, so my wife came back from visiting a friend last summer, and she liked the Nespresso machine that they had at this woman's house. And so for our anniversary, one of the things I got her was a Nespresso machine. And we made this agreement that we were only going to do one per day because each cup is like 90 cents to $1.10. And so I was like, geez, like, like making coffee at home, I don't want to spend that much money. And but we got it, and the coffee is so much better. It comes out frothy, and like if you like dark roast, like I go as dark as I can get it. And it makes like this perfectly dark, rich cup of coffee. And man, I've broken my 1 cup rule a couple of times in the past 6 months. And it's good for espresso too. So naturally, I guess from the name, it makes a strong cup of espresso. It's a good machine. And ours, we got it on sale at Best Buy, and it comes with a frother, and you can froth milk with it and kind of make it like a cappuccino type drink. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you're like me and you need liquid energy in the morning, then a good cup of coffee gets you rolling. I can't drink anything else. Like even Dunkin' Donuts is too light for me. I can't drink it's either like Starbucks, the heaviest. Like we usually drink Starbucks because we get them at Sam's Club for the Keurig, or this Nespresso machine. I can't drink another cup of coffee. Anything else is just way too weak for me anymore. All right, so let's get rolling here. I want to hear from you guys. Whatever, if you have something that is good for you, that you use every day. Anna says they make refillable containers. Not sure if they will fit in the Nespresso. So the Keurig makes those ones, but they're a pain in the butt to clean. They don't make them for Nespresso. The nice thing about Nespresso is they recycle. They have aluminum pods, and they give you bags that you can send through UPS for free, and they recycle them. So it kind of feels better doing that. All right. So Anna, I'm glad you're here, because the first thing that I want to talk about is something that you and I have talked about for the past couple of weeks. Oh, you just said it. Your Beats headphones. These things. So Anna has the Beats Solo Pros, which are the on-ear headphones. Mine are the Beats Studio 3s, which are over the ear. So mine go around my ear. Hers go over and sit on top of your ear. And obviously, and they fold and collapse decently. But so, there's different kinds of wireless noise canceling headphones out there. I like these ones because I have I'm in the Apple devices, and so when you pair it with one device, like your phone, it pairs with all of your other devices also, or at least sets up the profile, and then you can connect to it from your iPad, your MacBook, your phone, whatever. And the range on these things, like I can leave my phone upstairs, or if I haven't connected to my computer, I can be down 2 floors and still be connected and listening to whatever I'm listening to. It's amazing. And so I'm in the habit now, like if I was cooking breakfast this morning and I had these on, I was listening to a podcast. If I'm editing video on my computer, I'll use these. It blocks out all of the random stuff that happens that pulls your attention away. I love these things. To sit in bed at night and listen to an audiobook, or even in my meditations in the morning, sitting in my man chair. These things are amazing. There's some knocks on these compared to the Sonys and stuff. I think they're perfectly fine. I found mine on sale at Best Buy over the holidays. These were like $190. They're not cheap by any means. I never thought I would spend this much money on headphones until I started spending that much money on headphones. They're really, really nice and useful. And I think that if I can justify my purchase by saying that, it's helping me be more productive, then the money's worth it. But the knocks, the sound quality is not like Sony sound quality, but the Sonys are $300, and I wasn't willing to go spend that much money. Even on sale, I think they're still $250. But by being an Apple product, it connects so easily and has such a longer range. Now they do work with other products too, but I don't think you get the same kind of range that you do through Bluetooth with other products. And they look really cool. They have different colors. I think Anna's the Solo Pros. I think they're newer, so they've refined the product a little bit better. They look really high quality. I love those things. I just was looking for more of the over ear for myself, but it's up to you. Yeah, range on the Solo Pros is amazing too. Yeah, that's like that Apple W1 chip or something, what they call it. It's really good. Um, Robin says there's a lot of eco-friendly pods for Keurig now. Um, I bailed on it a few years ago, passed on the convenience for quality coffee. I do pour over a cold brew in a French press. My coffee has to be strong and dark as well. Yeah, see, I haven't gotten into the French press or the pour over. I have family. In fact, my brother-in-law bought me a French press, and I don't think I've taken it out of the box. But it's probably one of those. I kept it. It's obviously not one of those things I was going to ever regift or get rid of because I knew I was going to use it eventually, and it's probably something I will do. But it's like this. We have those old Bialetti espresso machines or pots, and they make an amazing cup of espresso. It's like what the old school Italians use, but it's just so much easier to press a button and make a cup than it is to load it up and put it on the stove and wait for it to boil and all the other stuff. The single serve coffee makers are just that's such a time saver, but it is like consumer economy, all that. I can understand why somebody might be against it. So the other thing that I have here are the AirPods. I bought these. Oh, it's really blown out, but I bought these AirPod Pros before the Beats, and these are in-ear headphones, and they're like sweat-proof or sort of waterproof. In fact, the funny thing is I because they're so small and they kind of slip out of my fingers, especially when I wasn't used to them. Somebody called me while I was sitting at the brewery that I like to go to, and I pulled it out of the case and it dropped right into my beer. And the guy next to me, actually the brewmaster, was like, "Did you just drop your headphones into your beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." So I had to fish my headphones out of my beer glass, and I wiped it off and on my napkin, and it worked perfectly fine after that. So they are just about enough waterproof to drop in your beer for a few moments. But I use these for the gym because I don't like walking around with these on my head in the gym, and I can't use regular headphones in the gym because it's too loud. And so these are noise canceling, and I'm able to hear what I'm actually listening to, especially podcasts that tend to be a little bit quieter than music. Makes it easier to go around the gym and hear it. So that's now I have two sets of headphones, but they both have their own purpose. Okay, so a couple of apps that I use that I find, since we're on headphones, a couple of apps that I use that I find incredibly useful. Number one is the one I use first thing every morning, and that is the Headspace app. It is free to try, and you can use like their basic ones that I did for the longest time, 2 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't know what the time limit is on them, but it's a basic meditation that you can use. It works really well. It kind of gets you into the process. And as you can build up time, and maybe even as you get bored with the basic ones, you can go into these other ones. And on the app here, they have there's a self-esteem course, there's a recovering from burnout course, which is funny because I was just talking about burnout. It's almost like they know what we're talking about. Life and death, happiness, letting go of stress, mindful eating. And they're all very similar, but they have he just talks about it. He just puts it in a different context, and sometimes the exercises are a little bit different. But it's nice to get that variety. And sometimes before a meditation, they will have a little animation that kind of explains a concept to you, which I found very helpful. In fact, I'd love to know who his animator was because it's some pretty interesting stuff. It's like 2 minute little videos that help you out. Understand kind of what you're doing when you're doing meditation. So the Headspace app, very good. I saw that they've now done a female voice on a lot of their meditations now too. So you can do either male or female voices depending on which one you like. And there's other ones. I think there's the Breathe app, and there's other ones that other people have talked about in our group. Calm, I think, is another one. So there's so many different things out there. It just kind of depends on what you need. One thing, like a free hack that a lot of people have used, just YouTube. You can look up meditations on YouTube and just do that. And on Headspace, they've added like things to help you go to sleep now. So if like meditation in itself will put me straight to sleep if I do it at the wrong time when I'm tired. So it works. But they do have like sleep sounds and things you can do also. So I think a monthly fee, if you pay for the monthly, it's $6 a month. Not terrible, but it all adds up, I know. So it just kind of depends on where you place the priority, but you can at least try it out for free and see if you like it. Hey, and I'll tell you, I mean, that first 2 minutes, for me to do it for 2 minutes in the very beginning was like so hard. The other app that I use practically daily is Audible. And you can usually, and I'll share a link with you. I think it'll get you like a free book or something like that. But Audible is like any book that's out there, whether it's fiction or self-help books. Like every book that I have back here can be purchased on Audible. And a lot of times you can find them pretty cheap on Amazon, but you can also pre-buy. Like sometimes they do deals where you can pre-buy an entire year's worth for a set amount of money. So I think I bought like 12 or 13. That might have been like a baker's dozen, where you buy 13 for $50 or $60 instead of, the 150 that 13 books might have been. And so, I'm all about the Audible books. And I find that I absorb Audible books better when I'm doing something monotonous. So when I'm not doing anything and just sitting there trying to listen to a book, I kind of like my mind wanders. But when I'm doing something monotonous like washing the dishes or driving even, something that's just like I just need to kind of get through and have my mind be somewhere else, Audible works very well, and I absorb it, and it's almost more like a conversation, like I'm in the book rather than just kind of listening to it. And it's really nice because a lot of the authors read their own. And it's nice when you hear that person's voice, and sometimes they freewheel it a little bit with what they say, and it's not exactly what's in the book, which is pretty cool. Now, a lot of times they offer downloadable content and exercises you can do. So Audible for me has been a lifesaver, and it made me enjoy driving around, especially when I was doing a lot more sales, and I'd have to drive a half an hour to a location or go to a client's location to do work. Listening to an Audible book instead of the morning drive radio or anything else really changed my life. I did so much personal development in the car that I never could have done otherwise. I think Audible's changed my life. Range on the Solo. Anna says, and Comfy too. Use it on Android. Good. Yeah. So there you go. There's the Beats Solo Pros are an Apple product, but they work perfectly fine on Android, says Anna, and the range is good, so perfect. Barb, multitasking this morning, making birthday cake and listening with a pen nearby because I'm sure I will want to use these ideas. Awesome, Barb, thank you. Making a birthday cake. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday. All right. Let's see, what is next? Okay, the next app that I use every day is the podcast app. Now, you might have Spotify or whatever. I use the Apple Podcast app. But there's so much knowledge for free on a podcast app. Everything from, like news to fiction, investigative stories. For me, I subscribe to personal development stuff. I mean, almost exclusively. I go deep into like social media marketing, business stuff. So that's, we don't have to go into those ones, but there are four that I would recommend you at least check out. It might not be your thing. It just depends where you are. The one I and like I said, and for me, I like to hear the person that I'm subscribing to. So I haven't listened to it recently. I just thought of it right now. Brendan Burchard. I like listening to him, but his podcast was hosted by other people and not him. So that's why I didn't follow him. But I have to go back and check that again now that I'm thinking about it, because I know I subscribe and I see it there, but I haven't gone into it in a while. But the ones I want to talk about right now, the School of Greatness podcast by Lewis Howes. Really good stuff. I mean, he's a smart guy. He interviews some really great people. In fact, he has a Kobe Bryant interview that he did maybe a year or two ago. That's just amazing, and you see how crazy, like, focused Kobe Bryant was. The next one is the Secret to Success podcast, and you've heard me mention him a lot recently. Is Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher? Just practical stuff. Just really smart crew that he's with. Mine, I was go listen to mine, the Defining Life podcast. I mean, why would you not subscribe to that one? And then there's Ed Milet's podcast. Ed Milet, I have actually no idea how he's ever made his money, but he's loaded apparently, and but he's interviews some really inspirational people, people that he picks a topic and he goes deep on it, and he's got a wealth of knowledge in his podcast. Every time you listen, it's an incredible podcast, and I've had my kids watch the YouTube videos on our TV, because I just felt like there were messages there that they had to know even at their young age, and they love it. And now when we get into a car, they're like, "Dad, put on that podcast. Put on that. Let's finish that podcast." I mean, they're excited about it. We don't listen to the radio almost ever in my car. It's all podcasts or audiobooks. They love it. Love it. It's just, you just absorb things. All right, and then the last app that I use, my wife uses it too, and this is not so much a Beachbody ad, but Beachbody On Demand. If you're someone that needs to get into shape, Beachbody On Demand has like their entire library of workouts, from like Insanity to like all these new ones they're coming out with now. Like they have like bar ones and things like that. You can stream all of their videos to your phone, to your tablet, to your TV. Like we have it on Apple TV or Amazon TV, and you can exercise in your house for 20 minutes. You can do yoga. You can, like, all this stuff. I personally now go to Planet Fitness, so I don't do much in the house anymore. Although, like, the boys and I will sometimes, when they want to exercise or when I think they need to move around a little bit, we'll do something. But they have everything from weightlifting to aerobics to, Pilates, all the stuff that you might want. And I don't know, it's like maybe $100 or $150 a year. But, to be able to have somebody exercise with you in your house is, pretty cool. And I know Peloton's doing that sort of stuff now. I don't see myself buying a really expensive bike and pedaling in my kitchen the way that they have it in the ads, but that's just me. But some people do that. Faith says some podcasts also help me going when I feel discouraged, and that's it. So that's the one I use. This Secret to Success podcast. Like, they are motivational. Like, he says he's the number one motivational speaker in the world right now. They are motivational. Like, they will get you pumped up, and like it's just like, and it's not just nonsense. It's all like stuff, like practical stuff. You're like, yes, and I find myself agreeing and laughing the entire time. If you want to shift your mindset, listen to somebody like that. Ed Milet's the same way. Not as funny, but definitely is inspirational. Kathy uses Healthy You TV. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to look that one up. Healthy You TV. There's another one too, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. It just made me think of it. But there's something out there for everybody. I mean, there are so many health apps out there. But yeah, I'll have to look up Healthy You TV. Jim Fortin, Transforming Your Life from the Inside Out. Very good one. All right, Robin. Very cool. I'm going to have to look that one up. And Faith can get you a week free trial of BOD if you PM her. Sounds like we got a Beachbody coach. Cool. All right. So As far as subscription services that can help you, two things on the grocery side of things. And this is when you get to that point where time is your most valuable asset. HelloFresh, who delivers food to your door, like all you got to do is like make it, or any of the subscription, like, or not the subscription, but any of the like shopping services that your grocery store probably offers. And a lot of them are doing it for very cheap, if not free, where it's like that curbside pickup, where you just you do it all online and say what you want, and then they have it ready for you. All you got to do is pull up and tell them that you're there, and they bring it out to your car for you. It's crazy. It's a great idea for these grocery stores. I don't do that because for me, I grocery shopping has been a challenge for me all my life. I don't like crowds. I don't like rude people, and I find that like I get like I just want to get in and get out. It's like mission to get in and get out as quickly as possible, like I'm a freaking Navy SEAL or something. And what I've done now is I've changed that experience into a learning experience or a mindfulness experience, one of the two, depending on where I'm at. So in the very beginning, I started like trying to keep myself calm, and I used it as an exercise to keep myself calm. And if somebody would cut me off, walk in front of me, step in front of me, whatever might happen, I would just sort of like breathe and let it go, right? And so that was like my meditative exercise for the day. Now I take my headphones with me, and I will listen to a podcast or an audiobook while I'm walking through there. So it's just an educational thing. And what's nice about the Apple headphones, right, is you can pull them out of your ear and they automatically stop whatever you're playing. So if you need to talk to somebody, or if you need to like go to the deli counter, you pull it out and you can talk and it'll stop playing for you. And then I try not to be rude, right? So I take them out when I go through the checkout line. I don't want to look like, that guy. But it's nice because that's like 30 minutes where I can just like go into my own space and walk around and pick up whatever I need. The only thing is trying to be mindful of everybody else. So my head's on a swivel so that I don't end up being the rude person because I'm not paying attention because I can't hear anything. So, but it's my thing. Oh my God. So Sheila right now is placing her Walmart pickup order while she's listening to me. So there you go, right? There's somebody using it right there. I've never used it. For me, like, and Sheila, I hope this doesn't ruin your experience, but I always wonder, like, do they pick up the freshest stuff? Maybe you can even answer that for me. Do they pick up the freshest stuff, or do the people at Walmart go and like, hey, this one's like borderline. Let's get it off the shelves and get it to Sheila. Like, do they give you like the really good stuff? Because I know like it's probably unnecessary. I almost put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Or the emphasis on the wrong syllable. It's probably unnecessary, but like, how like we get picky about our fruits, right? And it's like we probably really have no idea, but like this one has a little mark in it, so we put it back down. So are they picking up the one with the mark and we're like, oh, Sheila will take it? I don't know. Let me know. The other service that we pay for now is yard care. We pay $40 a week to get our lawn done, and it saves me like 3 or 4 hours plus all of the sneezing afterward. And I decided to do this. I was finding I was doing the yard work with my headphones in, and I was listening to audiobooks, and I was trying to make that time more valuable, but I still, like, the allergies would have me a mess. It would ruin my day. And we were also skipping things like going to the pool or whatever else we could try to do with the boys over the weekend. So as we had kids for the past couple of years now, we've been paying for lawn care, and $40, from what I understand, is actually a decent price, which I guess. But they mow the lawn, they pick up the clippings, they blow all of the stuff off the sidewalks. And I would say that it's been well worth it. I don't like paying the bill, but it's one of those things where I don't like paying the bill, but not as bad as I don't like doing the lawn. So it's, I guess if we got rid of our lawnmower and everything else, it would save us room also in our garage. But it's one of those things that when you value time, for me, this was time with my family, especially when I was working as much as I was working during the week. I wanted to be around over the weekend and not out doing yard work. And so, valuing that time, realizing that, what's $40? We pay money to go places, Why don't I pay money so that I can do anything with my family? So we pay for yard care. It helps us do what we want to do. My dad thinks it's so spoiled though. My dad's always like a yard work, like do your own yard work, and I used to hate it when I was a kid. Faith just signed up to try one of the meal apps. Awesome. Anna uses a personal shopper, a fellow who worked for a big delivery service and started his own business through the Dumpling app. I've never heard of the Dumpling app. You guys are teaching me so much. He's amazing and worth every penny. Sends me pics and is in touch while shopping. Very cool. I'm gonna check out the Dumpling app, and that's so cool that you found that guy. Very cool. All right, you guys are teaching me. See, I love this two-way conversation. All right. For you business people out there, for like the little solopreneurs, Faith, if you're a Beachbody person, you're out there. Dumpling is a new startup based in California. Very cool. I'm gonna look that up. As for all the people that like do their own creative stuff and maybe like do social posts and things, two apps that we use regularly: Adobe Spark, which helps us come up with some of the social posts that we come up with, and they format pictures and content so that it fits all the different social media things. And then yesterday, I started Googling like logo creation because we talked about that enjoy the ride thing yesterday, right? Like I'm big on enjoying the ride, and I think that's my whole kind of mission here with people is help them enjoy the ride, right? So we're trying to refine this. And so I was looking up like how to come up with a logo for that. And so I Googled it, and Canva came up as one of the paid ads on Google. And I used Canva a long time ago until Adobe Spark became part of the whole creative suite that we pay for. And I gave up on Canva, but Canva really changed and added a lot of features since I'd last used them years ago. And now like you can have templates for logos, and they ask you which ones you like the most, and then they suggest some templates for you, and you can add your own content. So that was pretty cool. I have to dig into Canva more now, but I love the interface, and the guidance they give you to help you out was really cool, really cool. And I was looking at creating like a enjoy the ride coffee mug for myself, and I was looking on like 4imprint.com. There's like a minimum I have to purchase 72 to get it done. So I'll have to find some other place that can maybe do one. Unless anybody wants a coffee mug that says enjoy the ride on it, let me know. Yeah, so Canva and Adobe Spark if you create content on the internet. Okay, this is the geek in me coming out. Hold on, before I go there, I'm going to go to Sheila's comment. Sheila, going back to the produce. I've always gotten fresh produce and good dates on the perishable stuff. If you order an item and they are out, they will substitute a product of a high value or larger size. You can decline the substitution. Oh, very cool. And then Sheila, who is she teaches, I believe you teach high school, right, Sheila? She teaches kids like Adobe products, and she says she uses Canva all the time with her students. That's very cool. So here's the nerdy stuff in me coming out. If the headphones weren't nerdy enough, we have the Amazon Echo devices all over our house. I have one here. We have a kids version in our kids room. We have them in our living room, our kitchen, whatever. We have the video ones. We have the little dots. But like to listen to podcasts or to listen to audiobooks, we use them a lot. But now we also started getting into this smart home stuff. And over Christmas, I found a deal on a Ring doorbell. So now we have a video doorbell on our house. And then we also have these light bulbs, the smart light bulbs all over the house too. And so my office light turns on automatically for me in the morning. So when I walk into the room, it's already on. And I put it I set it for the time that I normally walk in here. So it's just like on when I walk in. And it seems like so spoiled, but like when you're, it's especially in my bedroom. Like when the like I have my my light, my desk lamp on my nightstand right over my face when I sleep. And so I have it set to turn on a certain time before sunrise, and then it also like brightens as the sun comes up. So it's like a gentle waking for me on the days when I wake up at like sunrise. But it even works on the days where I get up early. If I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, I'll start it at like 1% brightness, and then I have it set so that it kind of grows over time and wakes me up a little more gently than just like or whatever, right? And so now we have these lights all over the house, and so not only is it a little bit of security because people never know when we're home or not, but you can tell her, the Amazon Echo, to turn the lights on or off in the kitchen, in the basement, wherever. So if you're walking around with your hands full or whatever, but it's like we're all in on this automated house thing going on right now. It's crazy. We have the doorbell. I can see who's at the door on my Amazon product here. I can't say the name because she'll want to talk to me, but I can see who's at the doorbell. When somebody rings the doorbell, it rings in all the devices all around the house, so we never miss the doorbell anymore, which is important because we get deliveries here now. So very cool, very cool. Um, okay, here's the quirky one. So in talking about, oh, and your thermostat, we don't have it on our thermostat. Um, yeah, not. I didn't get a Nest or anything yet, but maybe in our next house. We're trying for another house, so maybe on our next house. Um, Faith says Canva is so simple and great to stay within branding. District 62 Toastmasters website has a slide for using Canva. Oh, you must be in Toastmasters too, Faith. So, and she gives you the website there too, 62toast.com. Very cool. I have not. We've explored Toastmasters. We went to a meeting back in December. We have not um, gone like joined yet, but I've explored it because a lot of people have recommended it. Uh, Robin has an intriguing TED talk about smart home devices. Is it like that they're going to take over our world? I'm always like there's people that are like, I don't want an Amazon listening to my conversations. Like Amazon, everybody knows everything. Like they're listening, and I'm sure they're listening on our phones. That's why, like, on here, like burnout, it came up. I mean, it could be that it's time sensitive. Burnout right now is when everybody burns out, but I don't know. You ever talk about something and then have it show up on your feed like 2 minutes later? They're all listening. They're all listening. Okay, so this was my quirky little purchase that we've made this year. That I love it. It's like it was a $20 purchase, maybe 25, and it's sort of changed my life. Now, if you live in a house where you have boys and they lift up the toilet seat, but then they don't put it down, or when they do put it down, they slam it down because they just drop it on the toilet. You can over and over say, please stop slamming the toilet. Or you can buy a toilet seat that doesn't slam. When I saw this in Lowe's, now I was just buying a toilet seat because ours broke. But when I saw a no slam toilet seat in Lowe's, it was like the heavens opened and there was a beam of light shining on it, and I heard angels going, ah! I bought this toilet seat and have not had to listen to the toilet seat slam ever since. It's the greatest thing. Like, it's the greatest dumb $25 purchase I've ever made. And, and I know people that have like the drawers in their kitchen that's like that too. And I can't wait to get that myself. When you can't slam the doors, can't slam the drawers or the doors. But the no slam toilet seat is like, and it's it's like that noise that when I'm working and somebody slams the toilet seat and I go, God, like, come on. And it just like shocks you out of whatever you're doing. And that's like one of those small little things. Like, this is the detail I take it down into when I'm trying to work or trying to focus. Like, that little thing can like completely break you out of it. And I grew up in a house where like you had to, I called it the Nick Boris Ninja School, because if you made extraneous like crazy noises in my house, my dad would lose his mind. And so like you had like close doors really softly, and like put the toilet seat down really softly. So I learned all of that growing up. Like nobody slammed doors. You weren't allowed to slam doors unless you're really mad, and then a fight was coming. And yeah, so like you can't you couldn't slam doors. So but now so like naturally I have a reaction to things slamming. And no, it's like crazy. It's like this stupid $25 purchase, but it's like crazy. Now I don't. That's one less thing that snaps me out of a focused state if I'm in one at the time. Oh, Robin talking about it's fascinating to hear about the data that can be collected. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they know way too much, probably more than we know about ourselves. And Faye says Toastmasters has education material great for small business owners called Strategic Relationships. Very cool. Yeah, we have to. Luann and I went to a meeting back in December, and I feel like we do. Like I should join it. I want to make sure I'm in the right headspace for it, and I can dedicate the right kind of time for it. All right. Couple of little websites and little tips for your phone. The last couple I have here. Number one, don't be afraid of online courses. Faith, probably if you're a Beachbody person, you know Chalene Johnson. A couple of years ago, I took Chalene Johnson's Marketing Impact Academy course. It's like a $2,000 course. No small amount of money. But from that led me to creating the Define My Day planner and everything that we've done since. So like I might not even be following, or I don't even know that I've gone through all of her lessons yet, but just the ideas that I got from her courses led me to thinking a different way in creating a product for ourselves. And she was part of it. I mean, there were other people that were involved. I've done Facebook courses from like Rick Mulready. I've done Donald Miller's Story Brand course, which is a good marketing course. Who is the one that I was just thinking about? I can look it up real quick. I've done the Simon Sinek Find Your Why course. I've done Social Curator is something I belong to. It is Jasmine Star. You've probably seen her on Instagram if you follow marketing people on Instagram. Jasmine Star's Social Curator is only $20 a month, and she like helps you do your social posts. I've done Brendan Burchard's courses. I've done Bob Proctor's courses, which Bob Proctor's a little bit too woo-woo for me, but Bob Proctor is out there. A bunch of marketing stuff. But so what I'm saying is that like I say a lot to people. You can learn so much on the internet through paid courses or even YouTube that nobody has an excuse for not changing their life anymore. I learn more from people that are doing right now through courses and YouTube videos than I learned in college. I'm talking like actionable stuff right now that I'm using instead of the business and marketing degree that I got from the University of Pittsburgh, almost 20 years ago now. And, some of it costs $200. Some of it costs $20 a month. Other things have cost $2,000. But when committed to taking action with it and following their process and following their steps, I've been able to turn it into something better for myself. And so like right now, the Secret to Success podcast I talked about with Eric Thomas, he's got a guy on there, Jamal King, who has made millions of dollars in real estate. And I think it's makerealestatereal.com. And, eventually when I want to start getting into real estate, when I can take some things off of my plate and I want to get into real estate, I'm probably going to take his course. And I think his course is like $2,000. But, if I want to learn it, I trust him based on what I hear in his podcast. So I trust him. I think he knows what he's talking about. And if I want to recreate what he's doing, then I follow his process and I learn from it online at the leisure of I can do it at my leisure whenever I want on my iPad, on my laptop, sitting on my couch, and I can learn more than I ever learned in college. It's crazy. So try out some online courses. We've been trying to think of an online course to do for our people here, and I don't like I we've dabbled with it, and I've not come up with anything that's been like where I say, yeah, that's worth it. So we're trying to figure that out on our end. So look for it sometime soon. I don't know. It's like on the radar, but not quite like not ready for prime time yet. Um, Another thing, getting out of distractions uh, on the iPhone, and I'm very sure that they have this on an Android device too. If you're anything like me, and that just means basically a person with a phone, you get random spam calls nonstop every day, and I get 10 or more per day. Just somehow I gave my phone number to the wrong person, and now they are just spamming me with like, I am the IRS is trying to, there's a warrant for my arrest for not paying bills or not paying my taxes. Somebody from the light company that, we're sorry, you're paying too much for your electricity. Let us help you out. Like all sorts of like goofy dumb phone calls. And then there's the ones that call and don't say anything and just hang up so you'll call back. All these little ploys, right? So I've basically stopped answering phone numbers that I don't know. If you're not my phone, you have to call and leave a message, and then hopefully I remember that you called and I have to go back and look at my messages. Because I have like literally every day voicemails that I don't listen to because they're all garbage. So, and you can't just change your phone number because somebody else had the phone number and did the same thing before you. So while they're enacting laws to try to combat this, there are two things you can do. On an iPhone, you can go to Settings and then Phone and then Silence Unknown Callers. So if you're not answering those unknown calls anyway, they just show you a phone number, not a contact in your phone. Now they will go straight to voicemail, which does two things. One, it doesn't interrupt you. So you're not stopping what you're doing to look and see who's calling you because it's not somebody you know. Two, they say that because it goes straight to voicemail, that the bots on the other end believe that it's not really a phone number that they can reach anymore, and they will stop calling. I don't know if that's true, but it at the very least stops the volume of calls coming into my phone. And number two, I'm sure Verizon has this also, but AT&T has what they call Call Protect. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's not gonna. You can't see it. But so Call Protect is an app that AT&T has, and they have a database of phone numbers that they know are fraud risks or whatever. And so now, when if it's in their database, it'll show up on my phone fraud risk, and if it's known to be a fraudulent caller, then they will just completely block it up front, which is really great. So now I don't like the bad ones. I don't get at all. But and you can report your own too. So in this app, if you get a fraudulent call, you can block that number, but then you can also report it. And I guess the more you report it, the more other people report it, then they will be put on a fraud list also. So yeah, it's a problem. I don't know that we're ever going to defeat it, but I think anything that can stop those little interruptions from coming in is good. And the last little like website. So all these things that I've talked about, they all cost money, right? And we get overwhelmed with the amount of things that we can spend money on, or or waste a lot of time searching for the best prices. So I use a website called slickdeals.net. We've been using this at my store, even when we had a computer store like 15 years ago. I used this website to buy a lot of products because you can, like, people will find a product and they have like what they call the slick deals effect, where if Walmart puts something on clearance and it goes down to like grills last year, they were clearing out grills, like the kettle grills, like the Weber kettle grills, which I love. They were clearing them out at Target, and as soon as they put it on Slick Deals, everybody runs to Target and grabs these grills for like 75% off. And so, you can run into Target and they'll be like, no, like 10 people just came in and took them all. Or, one person tries to take 10, which sometimes happens. But everything from video games to jewelry to, grills, anything you could possibly want. If you go to slickdeals.net and search for it, that's how I found my Beats headphones. Beats headphones, I put an alert on Slick Deals. I signed up for an account and put in an alert. And I think it was I think I put Studio 3 or Beats Studio 3 or something was what I was searching for. And as soon as somebody posted something about these being on sale, it alerted me through the app on my phone and on my email. And so then I could go in and they have a link and it goes out to wherever the deal was, which was Best Buy. So, try it out, slickdeals.net. I mean, even things like Headspace, if you're looking for a deal in the Headspace app. I think that's also where I found my Audible deal that I got, where I bought I pre-purchased like an entire year's worth of audiobooks, which was I think one per month, I believe is what they said. It might have been that baker's dozen like I was telling you. But I got that deal that I wouldn't normally have received otherwise. They also have other things like Amazon. They'll do like American Express deals where you get 20% off a purchase if you use your Amex points or something like that on Amazon, which I never get the emails that I'm qualifying for that, but on Slick Deals I see that and then I can go in and sign up for it. It's a pretty cool thing. So slickdeals.net, and you can get a lot of the stuff we just talked about for a little bit cheaper. All right, last thing. You know me, I am always trying to hack my diet and make it a little bit easier for myself. So the couple of things that we've done, I'm trying to reduce my sugar intake, and I am trying to make sure that I don't let myself get too hungry where that I'm like low blood sugar, cranky, and willing to eat anything that you put in front of me. So managing that properly is a thing for me. So buying like clean products that are like okay to eat that don't ruin your day. Larabars, these things like Fresh Time has these on sale a lot. So does Amazon, where you can find them on sale for generally under $1 a bar. This one's key lime pie, but there's like chocolate chip, like banana bread, chocolate chip, and there's all different ones. So you go to like Fresh Time or any major grocery store, and there are literally probably 2 dozen Larabar flavors. If you can find one you like, there's all different ones. And then if you want like really low carb RX bars, again, a ton of different flavors. But you can see they have right on the front what's in there. Egg whites, almonds, cashews, dates, no BS, right? No garbage. These are really good. They're 210 calories per, and it's a great breakfast or even a snack on the road, especially if you're on the road. All these things on the road are really important to me. The last one are these Epic bars. So if you're doing keto, these are really salty. I have to really kind of keep these like as a last resort, but they're really good. If you're a meat eater like me, they have venison, they have wild boar, they have chicken sriracha, all sorts of different flavors. And I don't know, what are the calories on these suckers? 80 calories for this thing, right? So 210 for the one, 80 for this. Now this one's, even the fat's not really 3 grams of fat. You're not going crazy. No, the sodium's up there. Sodium's 390 milligrams, right? But you can have one of these and satisfy that craving for a little while, and it's only 80 calories. It's pretty nice. It's actually changing my mindset a little bit about those. I was avoiding these. Maybe I need to maybe substitute these in a little bit more often. I wasn't looking at the calories. But anyway, so that's my little food hacks that I use. I'm going to go through all of these comments now and look at all the stuff that you guys talked about because I'm going to try it again. Sheila says Coursera can take free courses offered by top instructors in universities. Topics are vast, from learning to play the guitar to business analytics. Really? Oh, check that out. I can add your comments to the broadcast. Sheila, I just tossed you up here. How about that? That is really cool. I just saw that button there as I was reading your comment. How about that? So there you go. Coursera. If anybody's looking for Coursera for courses, free courses, I'm going to definitely try that. All right. Oh, I want to see. Are there any more comments on here that I can throw up? Oh, nah, that's too long. But here, look. Robin shared that link. It's too long, but it's a TED.com link. Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm going to be using this all the time now. You know what's going to happen now is every time somebody comments, rather than me read it out, I'm just going to put it up here. Can I do two at once? No, it just goes from the next one. Oh my goodness. I am learning things, all sorts of things today. This is like the blow my mind hour with Nick. My beats. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to stop playing with my stuff. All right, that's so cool. You guys are like really. I'm learning so much today. All right, so we're coming up on the hour, and I'm gonna start wrapping it up. If there's anything, oh wait, there's one more thing. This is one more thing. But if there's anything that you guys have, any more that you guys have or questions you have, throw them up now because I'm gonna be cutting this off pretty soon because I got to take my boys. I have to go to the gym yet today. And we're taking our boys to a trampoline park today. I've never been to one. I hope to watch from the sidelines. I am not one to be jumping on trampolines myself. So we'll see. But this is my last one. So lately, my son has been going through the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. And he reads one per night. So we're almost through the entire thing in the past couple of weeks. And my other son's reading them also, albeit at a much slower pace because he's only 6. But going to Target and checking out the book section is actually kind of cool because while doing it on Amazon, it's not the same as like being able to go in and open a book and peruse it real quick and seeing like all the different things that are on the shelf. So as I was at Target this past week, I came up with this book, Do One Thing That Centers You. And so in this book, like you can open it up and you can put in the date, and he can't think without his hat. There's a quote from Samuel Beckett, and they offer you 3 lines here, and it's what I can't think without, and then you write that thing that you can't think without. It could be your Beats headphones. Go to the pine if you want to learn about the pine. And that's Matsuo Basho. I hope I said that right. And so there's 2 questions in here. What do I want to learn about today? And they give you 2 lines to write. And then how will I do it? And they give you 3 lines to write. So it's a little prompt thing that you can... It's really cool. It's just a little book. And I'm guessing there's 365 in here, so you can do one every day. And there's like, look, my relationship goal. How will I get there? And it like tells you like start, and then you follow the trail. How are you going to get there? A friend is a present you give to yourself. Robert Louis Stevenson. A present I gave to myself today, and then you can write that out. So while I don't want to put these types of things into Define My Day, we've actually contacted this company, and we're going to try to put these on our website. There's also a woman in the Marketing Impact Academy that has a card deck that she created that I would love to try to get on the website also. Stuff like this, it really it makes you think a little bit, right? It just makes you do a little more than just following the Define My Day process or just doing slogging along with whatever you're doing in a day. So, it kind of forces you to change things around a little bit, get a little bit introspective and think and get those brain cells firing. Your attitude determines your altitude is a proverb, and my attitude today, and then you can write that, and the altitude I reached, I guess you do that afterward, there. So I love stuff like this. So do one thing every day that centers you, a mindfulness journal. So we're going to try to get something like this on our website. If you have anything like this that you use, let us know, because I feel like this stuff is really valuable, and it's not anything that comes naturally to me. Like, I'm like kind of like a follow-up process kind of guy. I'm not like the most creative person in the world, I don't believe. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's a really great idea, and I'd love to get more stuff like this out there. So if you have an idea for something like this, definitely let us know. And I think this was only like 12, $13. $13. So you have it for an entire year. All right. Oh, you can do the trampoline park as exercise and combine with your family time and exercise. So, sort of. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it as bonus exercise, but it won't be my big exercise thing. I don't know. I'm not a trampoline guy. I don't know. All right. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything over here, because sometimes my app doesn't show me all of the posts, comments. All right, good. I think we're good to go. All right. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all being with me this morning. It is 11:01 on Sunday. I hope you have a great day today. We're going to go out and do our thing, and I will see you all tomorrow morning for another short episode of Good Morning with Nick in the user group. Enjoy the ride. Have a great day. Bye.